Number 1 says to find an equation of a line that has a slope of -3 and contains the point 1, -5. Alright, so just a reminder, anytime we write the equation of a line, we write it as y equals mx plus b, right? Okay, in this equation, I'm looking for things I can plug in to solve for what they didn't give me. So, for example, this coordinate point. What letters does a coordinate point represent? X and Y. Okay, so I know I can plug in 1 for X and -5 for Y. They also said the slope was -3. What letter is the slope? The M. All right, so now I have something for every letter except the B, so we can solve for B, right? All right, so for Y, we're going to plug in -5, right? What are we plugging in for M? Good. Times X, what did we say X was? Yeah, +1, and then we have a plus B, right? Okay, so I'm trying to solve for B. Is there anything we can put together on this side? Right, what is -3 times 1? Okay, so we've got -5 equals -3 plus B. If I'm trying to get B by itself, how do I get rid of that -3? Add 3. All right, and what is -5 plus 3? Very good. All right, so we found B. They wanted the equation of the line. So the equation would be y equals, they said it has this slope, so I would have -3x, and what's my B? -2. We added the 3 to get the
okay, so basically to find B, you just have to
plug in for everything else.
and then you just cancel out the X, and then whatever's left is X.
Yep. We plug in for everything and just solve. All right, next they want to know what is the X and Y intercept for this equation. So remember, when you're looking for the X intercept, you're only worried about this part, right? The part that has the X in it. So you take your 3X and you're going to set it equal to the 18, the thing on the other side. We don't care about the Y, we only are concerned about X right now. So if 3X equals 18, how do I solve for X? Right? Good. So we get that X must be all right, so if X is 6, that means that our X-intercept is the coordinate 6, 0, right? That means it hasn't gone up or down any, it's just on the X-axis, touching the X. All right, to find the Y-intercept, we do the exact same thing, but with the Y. So with my Y, I've got -2Y, and I set it equal to the 18. What are we going to do to solve this one? Add by that -2. So what is Y? -9. Right? 18 divided by 2 is -9. All right, and if Y is -9, that means the Y-intercept is at 0, -9. And remember, an X-intercept is when it touches this line, right? So it can't have gone up or down any. And a Y-intercept is when it touches this line, so it can't have gone left or right any. So that's why you got a 0 here and a 0 here. Okay. All right. So now back to simplifying our square root. So they give us a few questions to warm up with. So the first one they give us is the square root of 648. Is there a perfect square root of 648? No. All right, so we're going to have to break it down ourselves. Remember, if it's a really big number, don't think too hard about it. Just ask yourself, is it even or odd? It's even, so that means 2 for sure will go into it, right? 2 times what gives me 648? 324. All right, I can't break the 2 down anymore, but we could probably break the 324 down into what? good. Alright, so that's gone. Okay, can I break the 162 down? To 2 and what?
81.
Good. Now that's gone. What about the 81? 9 and 9, very good. Alright, so now the 81 is gone. Alright, do we have any pairs? 2 pairs. I got a pair of 9s and a pair of 2s, right? So I get to take out 1 9 and 1 2. What am I going to do with that 9 and 2? Multiply them. Did we have anything left over? And where does that go? So what am I going to have as my answer here? 18 square root of 2. Very good. All right. Number 2. We got 512. Does 512 have a perfect square root? No. Okay, so we got to break it down. What gives us 512? It's even, right? So 2 and something. Okay. All right, so we got 2 and 256. What about that 256? Good. All right, what about the 128? Good. All right, what about 64? 8 and 8. All right, so did we find any pairs? What do we got? An 8 and a 2. All right, what do I do with the 2 and the 8 that I'm taking out? Multiply them together. What is 2 times 8? 16. All right, anything left over? What, a 2. So that goes inside the square root, right? I'm going to leave myself a little space there because we still got some variables to take care of, right? Okay, so for A, my variable for A, my exponent for A is what number? 2. All right, remember we have specific rules on the exponents depending on if they're even or odd. Is 2 even or odd? Even, so what do I do if it's even? Divide by 2. What is 2 divided by 2? 1. So that means I get to take out 1A, right? Any left over? Nope, so we're good. All right, for B, what is my exponent for B? 3. Even or odd? Odd, so minus 1. And then what? Then divide. Right, so what am I going to write down? One B out here, one B inside. So you got a leftover. Very good. All right. Let's look at number 3. All right, on number 3, my number underneath there is 81. Is there a perfect square root of 81? 9. All right, I can break this into a 9 and a 9. I got a pair. I get to take it out, right? So I've got a 9 out here. Was there any leftover numbers? Okay, so far we're good. Okay, for A, my exponent is 6. Even or odd? Even, so what am I going to do? Good. What is 6 divided by 2? 3. All right, so I get to bring out A to the third, but there was also an A already out there. So now I have how many A's on the outside? 4, because we're taking out 3, and there was 1 already out there, right? So I'm going to have A to the 4th. Any leftovers for A? All right, for B, my exponent is 8, even or odd? Even, so we divide by 2 and we get 4. Was there any B's already outside? How many were out there? 1. So all together we now have 5. So I'll have B to the 5th out there. All right, so no leftovers on this one, so no more square roots. All right, number 4. Does 12 have a perfect square root? Okay, what multiplies to give me 12? 3 and 4? Yeah, that works. All right, what about 4? 2 and 2. Can I break down the 3 anymore though? No. All right, so do we have any pairs? Was there anything already on the outside? So what am I going to do with the 2 I'm taking out and the 2 that was out there? Multiply, so what do we get? 4. Nice. Anything left over? Yeah, and where does it go? Inside. All right, so I'm going to leave a little space there so we can take care of the letters. Okay. For A, my exponent is 7. What are we going to do first? -1. And then what? Divide by 2. What do we get? 3. Perfect. So I'm going to have a to the 3rd out here, and then my 1 left over in here. All right, for B, my exponent 11, what am I going to do first there? Very good. And what do we get for this one? 5. So what are we going to do? Good. 5 out here, and then my 1 leftover stays inside. Good job. All right, we just got 2 left. All right, on number 5, I'm going to take care of this 72 in here. Is there a perfect square root of 72? No? Okay, so what multiplies to give me 72? Okay. And what multiplies to give me 36? 6 and 6. Alright, so we found a pair. Was there anything already out there that we're going to have to multiply it by? So what are we going to get on the outside? Was already out there, so what are we going to get when we put them together? -30, very good. Alright, any number left over? A 2. Put a little space in there. A 2. Alright, now for our variables. My exponent for x is 5. -1 divided by 2. Alright, so what am I going to have on the outside? Yes, and were there already any x's already out there? Yeah, how many are out there? So altogether we now have 3 on the outside. So I'll put an x to the 3rd out here. Any leftovers? Thank you. Alright, and now we have y. So my y exponent's 4. What do I do for that one? Divide by 2. So we just get 2. Were there any already out there? So all together on the outside now we have 3, right? Were there any left over though? Do we have leftovers if it's even? So no leftover y's. So we're done. Okay? Alright. Last one. Is there a perfect square root of 121? Yeah, good. So 11 and 11. Good. So I got a pair. So I take out 11. Is there anything already out there? 3. So what are we going to have on the outside? 33. And nothing left over, right? Okay. Now I'm going to do my variables. So for m, we got 4. What am I going to do with the 4? Good. So we got 3 altogether on the outside. Any leftovers for m? No. Okay, now we're going to do n. N is 5. Good. So what am I going to have outside for n? Good. So we get to take out 2, and there was 2 already out there. So all together, into the 4. Any leftover n's? Yeah, because it was odd, right? So we have 1 n inside of here. All right, and then the last letter we have to deal with is p. That one's 7. Good. So what are we gonna get? 3. Good. Were there already any p's on the outside? No. So we just are gonna put p to the 3, right? We got 3 out here. But were there any leftovers? Yeah, because it was odd. So we got 1 left over that we're gonna put inside. Good job. All right.